told, like, if you arrive to the occasion first, then you got to do the invocation. This one, I graciously accept. But thank you all for coming here. If we can bow our heads for a moment of prayer. God, we just thank you for this occasion that we're able to come together as players, as parents, as workers amongst the people, God. We just thank you for the opportunity to recognize the student athletes and everything that they have put forth throughout this school year as they continue to strive for excellence in you. We just thank you for their parents. We thank you for all the coaches, all people of influence that have encouraged them along the way, the sacrifices that have been made. We thank you for the food that we've been able to receive, for the nourishment of our body. We ask that you provide for those who are less fortunate than we are. We thank you for the staff here at Aletto's, for the service that they continue to render to us in perfection and excellence. We just give you glory, honor, and praise, and we thank you for every person that is going to be recognized for the wonderful work that they've done on the court and off the court, because they are a whole student and they have so much more to offer. We thank you for the pathways that you have opened up for them. There are platforms, they are going to be seen, they're going to be great, and they're going to do wonders for you. We thank you for this occasion and everyone here. In Jesus' name, amen.
Thank you, Michelle. You will see her at the next banquet. Okay, I'd like to welcome all of you here this evening. This is the grand finale of a great season, a great basketball season. We will be recognizing many outstanding players, South Jersey sectional winners, the all South Jersey first and second team. I'm not going to give you it all because we're going to go through that again. And Coach of the Year, our big finale. All right, our annual All-Star game was played on Friday evening. If you had the pleasure of being there, it was a great game. I believe it was 104-78 was the final. We saw some outstanding female basketball players. And I know if they're moving on to the next level, they're taking a lot of talent with them. Interesting fact, when I went back in the scorebook, at least 15 of the players who played in the game on Friday night also played in it 4 years ago at the 8th grade game. So I find that very, very interesting. So anybody who played on Friday night in the 8th grade game, they will be here 4 years from now at this. Also, I think we had a couple of sisters. The Wiedemans, I think there was one played in the 8th and one played in the senior game, and I believe the Murphys had one in the senior game and one in the 8th grade game. If I missed anyone, I do apologize. All right, so we're going to begin our evening tonight, and if you were not there, we're going to give you a chance to see the outstanding athletes that played with that. So I'm going to ask the coaches who coached the All-Star game to come up and introduce any of their players that are here this evening. All right, so we have from the red team, Jason Handy from Winslow Township, and Kristen McGovern from Shawnee. And the blue team, Jackie Mulligan from Haddonfield, and Dee Briggs from BCRT Medford.
Welcome everyone. Thank you for coming in. Thank you Carino Basketball Club for again putting on a great event. Not only today for inviting us here, but the All-Star game was phenomenal. It was a pleasure and privilege to be on the stage and on that forum with those talented young ladies. Wasn't much coaching going on, it was more jokes and laughs than anything. But we had a great time. So if you're here, young ladies, when I call your name, if you could come up. This was on the blue team All-Stars, Erin Battle, Cannon Kaplan. Cassidy Thompson, Cannon Kaplan. Gabby Bercinto, Cherokee. Riley Mulligan, Haddonfield. Sarah Wiedemann, Haddon Township. David Digley, Medford Tech. Maddie Clark, Adam Heights, Caitlin King, Lenape, Kristen Cortez, Lenape, Bryce Harvey Carr, Camden, Deborah Beecher, Triton, Sophia Belvin, West Bedford, and Brooks and Leonard, 7 minutes.
Good afternoon, good evening, everyone. I just want to double back what Coach Briggs said. This is honestly an amazing thing that the Outer Carino Club does. So please, let's give them a hand for this, please. Secondly, All-Star Game again was fun. I won. A lot of people in the room know me. I am a very hyper, animated coach on the sideline when it comes to my team. I love my girls a little different. But having the opportunity to coach this All-Star Game was a privilege for me. I've been coaching for 18 seasons. This is not my phone, so please. I actually had the privilege of coaching against Grace, who's sitting here at the head table. Unfortunately, the last time I played Grace, she dropped 27 on us. I think she hit about 8 3-pointers, and I'm looking at my defense and scratching my head. But it's just an honor because again, one of these young ladies, even from both teams, will be up here. So I'm going to call out the red team. So ladies, if you are here, please come up and you'll stand over here to my left. From Paul Six High School, Hannah Hidalgo. From Atlantic City High School, Quinera Montague. From Woodbury High School, Alexis Davis. Shawnee High School, Nia Scott. From Renville Township, Hope Bilwan. Boston Catholic, Macy Nugent. From Middle Township, Jada Elston. From Ocean City, Avery Jackson. From Shawnee High School, Avery Kessler. Wildwood Catholic, Carly Murphy. From Vineland High School, Samantha Jones. And from Delsey High School, Emily Ambrose.
Thank you, and again, congratulations, girls, for playing in the game. At this time, I'd like to introduce from our organization, Fred Belchikov. Fred's the committee chairperson for the Hall of Fame, and we invite the Hall of Fame inductees for this particular year. Unfortunately, a few of them could not make it, but Fred is going to introduce one of them. Fred's a great help in this. So I will now introduce to you Fred Belchikov.
Thank you, Terry. Each year, for the last couple of years, the Carino Girls Basketball Club have inducted 4 people into the South Jersey Basketball Hall of Fame. They can be a player, it can be a contributor to the game, or it can be a coach. If anybody out there has anybody they want to nominate, please go on our website and there is a nomination form. An athlete must have been out of high school for 10 years before they are inducted into the Hall of Fame. That doesn't mean you can't nominate them now. If you nominate them now, we will hold on to their name until they have been out of high school for 10 years. And hopefully I'll be around to induct them at that time. This year we inducted 4 people. 3 players, and a coach. Unfortunately, 3 of the people are not able to be here. One of them was our coach. The coach was Vince Cipriano, who coached at Florence High School for 30 years. The other was Karen Robinson Keys, who played at Paul VI and graduated in 1987. She was the Inquirer South Jersey Player of the Year, All South Jersey in 1987, and went on to play at Notre Dame. The other young lady not able to be here played for Lenape High School. In 1986 she graduated, and that was Carrie Hobbs Gatling. She was the Inquirer Player of the Year, first team All South Jersey, has played and went on to play at North Carolina State, and then played overseas in a number of different countries. I am proud to introduce Pat Doherty, who will speak about our 4th inductee, Annie Brinkman. She was a 1980 graduate of Ocean City. She was a 1980 All South Jersey, and she attended Arizona State. Pat Doherty.
Good evening. It was just absolutely a tremendous honor for me to have finally had the opportunity to be a part of Ann Brinkman's induction into the Hall of Fame. Ann came to Ocean City, she and her twin sister Margie, in 1977, I guess. And we knew they were, the kids try out for a team, and we were scrimmaging against Oakrest, I remember that. And as a freshman, I put her in the game at some particular time, and in less than 30 seconds, I turned to my assistant coach and said, Cindy, she's my new starting point guard. And for the 4 years that she was in high school, she was just a leader. She was appreciated by her teammates, her competitors, other coaches constantly asked about Ann. And as I said, she graduated in 1980. She went on a basketball scholarship to Arizona State University. And at the end of her freshman year, she was headed back to Ocean City, and she wasn't feeling well. So the people in the infirmary asked her, what are you doing for the summer? This and that. Oh, I'm going to go visit my sister in Seattle. No, you're not. You're going right home. Long story short, Ann was diagnosed with Hodgkin's disease, and that's a disease that took her life in 1986. So we worked between the members of the charity and other members of the department here, and I just continued to nominate her, and I got the call just a few months ago, and I was beyond excited. Ann, during her high school career, statistically was scored 1,000-point score. She also had about 500, and I can't remember the number exactly, but she had 563 assists. So alone, she was responsible for our team that during that 4-year time of over 2,000 points. You also have to remember, I coached at a time when there is not one player here that was alive, and half of their parents were probably not alive. Okay, so I'm good with that. I'll tell you a couple of rule changes that my players and I were never a part of. Okay, I had a player in high school who scored 1,980 points. There was no three-point line and no smaller ball. So when you go back to school tomorrow and you take a look at, you go down to the gym and you take a look at all those pictures and all those names and you look at something and you go, man, I was better than her. You know, she scored 1,200 points, I had 1,400. If she graduated high school and played basketball before 1987, no three-point line, no small ball. So the things that were accomplished then, I hold a whole lot dearer than those now. But as I said, actually Ann's brother, Jack, actually did the reception for her. He accepted the award. And so I was offered the opportunity to just come up and say a few things. And before I go, I just want to say one other thing. To those of you, regardless of which class in high school you're in, the award you got or are getting is a first step. You need to honor that award. You need to respect that award. You also need to be a little humble about that award. Because if you are one, let's say a couple years, let's say you're going to college next year, and you're one of the top players in South Jersey, you're going to walk onto a court in a college or university somewhere, and you're going to find out you're one of 20 of the best coaches in one area or another in some high school in this country. Okay? So keep that in mind. And the last thing is, when you go to college, choose carefully. If you've had a coach that has haunted you for months or 2 years, and you accept the scholarship and you go to that college or university, what happens if when you get there, they don't have courses in the activity or the career that you want? I had that happen to 2 neighbors of mine. One young man was, I don't remember where he was going to college, but he wanted to be an engineer. And he was, ready to go and ready to play, and he got there and they didn't have engineering. So choose carefully. It's not just about the basketball. It's about what you want to do after basketball sometimes. I want to thank everyone in the Hall of Fame committee. I want to thank the Carino Basketball Club of South Jersey for giving me these few minutes. And I want to congratulate all of you who are here this evening being honored.
Thank you, Pat. All right, I gotta find my notes. Some of them have the phones. I don't, I'm old school. Okay, and I don't even, at this time, we're going to be presenting some of our scholarships. I do have to remind you though, we get a good amount of people that apply, but we certainly don't get the number that we had anticipated. So keep that in mind. Coaches, remind your players to apply. All right, at this point, I'd like to introduce Christy Hunter, who's going to present. Christy is the person in this organization, like I said, old school. She's our tech person. She's brought us certainly up to the new age with our website, our Twitter account, everything you get. I used to do, when I would send out notices about the All-Stars, I would do one email at a time. You know what you get from Christy. I can't thank her enough. She will be presenting today the South Jersey Guardian Allers Scholarship Award, and she'll tell you a little bit about that scholarship. Christy.
I'm gonna not touch the microphone because this is what I sound like right now. So I'm here presenting a scholarship that I created separate from the club in honor of a friend of mine, Markia Harley, who passed away in November of 2000 when we were both freshmen in high school. Unfortunately, on our first day of tryouts together, she had a brain aneurysm on the court and unfortunately passed away the next day. So this scholarship was dedicated to her memory, and hopefully it'll keep going on and on for many years to come. I'm going to, again, keep it short because of my voice right now. This year's winner for our scholarship currently holds a GPA of 5.199. She is ranked 34th in a class of 345 students. Next year, she will be attending Widener University, majoring in nursing and playing on their women's basketball team. And that winner of the South Jersey Guardian Baller Scholarship is Giada Palmieri from Hamilton High School.
Thank you. I would also like to mention one of the other members of our organization that have brought us way up in the technology field and also in the media field is Saber Rice, who is unable to be here this evening because unfortunately her father passed away. Now anybody who is familiar with the Rice family, Toby was a name for numerous years in South Jersey for girls basketball. So at this time, I would ask that you might keep Saber and her family in your prayers. All right, our next scholarship will be presented by a gentleman that needs little introduction. He is the director of the NJIBT, a man who has been involved in girls basketball for over 20 years. He has developed the concept of the SJIBT tournament for the purpose of spotlighting and bringing girls basketball to the forefront. So to present his scholarship, I now introduce to you Mike Hallahan.
Thank you, Terry. Good afternoon, everybody. First, I want to congratulate all the young ladies up here, all throughout the room, and the parents for all the sacrifices you've made over the 4 years with the seniors, and also our collegiate player of the year and our South Jersey player of the year, both Hannah and Grace. Congratulations, ladies. Give yourselves a round of applause. Well, this year's SJIBT was simply amazing. We had a full bracket of 32 teams. The final four was nothing short of spectacular. Cherokee and Camden Catholic came down to 3-point differential. It was back and forth and back and forth. Sophomore Olivia Silverian of Cherokee hit 2 foul shots with 3.5 seconds left to give Cherokee a 36-33 win. And Coach Ron Powell and Cherokee their 5th SJIBT title, which is an all-time record. Congratulations to you. Camden Catholic was our runner-up, Coach Christine McCara. Fantastic job by you guys as well. And the tourney, yes, go ahead, yeah, that's good. And the tournament MVP was Gabrielle Cinto of Cherokee. The 3-point shootout champion was Olivia Laws of Williamstown. And the runner-up was Courtney Furman of Cherokee. Those two perhaps were in the craziest, unbelievable duel all 4 rounds. They were first and second on all 4 rounds of the competition, and it was decided on by the half-court shot. And during the time, Courtney Furman broke the record not once but twice, the all-time record for a round. So congratulations to both of you young ladies. Okay, before we get to the scholarship portion, I just want to say that the 2024 SJIBT has been officially approved as the South Jersey tournament. It is the +1 tournament. It will not count towards your games. So you can play your 24 regular games, and then you can play in the SJIBT. You can get up to 5 games with a minimum of 3. So if you're looking to get into the tournament, we have a bracket of 32. We have a cap at 32. There's a lot of people that have applied. So if you need to get in or you want to get in, contact me, email me, text me. Anybody on our board, just speak to them and they'll get the message to me. Okay, we do this beginning of April, so it's going to be quick. So if you want to get in, please make sure you do. Okay, now let's get to the scholar athlete. Our recipient this year was the winner out of, listen to this, 93 entries. The essays were received, they were all pretty amazing, but one stood out from the pack, obviously. She had a roller coaster ride career for sure. And the story in her essay was amazing. The people who read them are top level educators all throughout the state of New Jersey and some in Pennsylvania. I am not the person who picks it. I oversee it, but I'm not the person who picks it because I have a lot of relationships with a lot of people in South Jersey who wouldn't be fair. So these people pick it, and I think they did a pretty darn good job. A little about this recipient this year and her amazing journey. As a freshman, she started on the freshman team. Then about halfway, she made it to JV, and then shortly afterwards, she made it to the varsity, hitting her first points, a three-pointer in a packed gym in front of a lot of people. So it was pretty surreal for her. She finished out the year with high expectations, and the future, of course, was really bright until, as we all know, the coronavirus outbreak happened. Stopped everything, stopped school, no basketball, all we all know the story. And thankfully, we're out of that now. They had a 15-game season, just like everyone else did at that point. Her junior year, it was finally here, and everyone was back in school. Games and fans were there. Yes, finally something normal. Then boom, season-ending injury before they even started the season. So she decided to be omnipresent with her team and be there every game and every practice. Now, all you guys know, when you have an injury, it's hard to be around and watch constantly. But she was there for every game and every practice. Fast forward to her senior year. Okay, ready to go, right? Recharge, positive, then boom, mono. Crazy, right? 6 weeks, 8 weeks. Another tough situation, but she made the best of it. And as a senior captain, she had to find a way to lead until she got back. Tired body, tired mind, tired struggling, everything. Every thought about what she wanted to do to get back to play was there. And then she had a tough decision on what she wanted to do. She thought about quitting the game. She loved it. She might not have been meant to be. Maybe it was time for her to give it up. A tough decision was approaching. She talked with her extremely proud family, mom and dad, Tara and Pat, as well as her coach, Jamie Land. Some self-reflections, and then she said, I'm not a quitter. What kind of role model would I be for my sisters, my younger sisters, or my teammates? I'm a senior captain, I need to act like one. Guess what? She did. The calendar turned to January 1st, and then all of a sudden, boom, she turned into like a super player. Everything she did was amazing. She worked so hard to get back, and then it all happened the week that she committed to Cabrini University. She made her commitment to play basketball and academics, and then all of a sudden the weight was lifted off her shoulder. We saw her in an SJIBT Sweet 16 game where she did unbelievable things. It was one of the best games I've ever seen a player play this year, all the way through on a stat sheet. Like I said, the weight was lifted. She led her team to many amazing wins this year. The biggest was a huge, not thought to be possible win in the quarters of the SJIBT. They celebrated like they won the world title because the complete jubilation for an entire team was amazing. When you see that unbridled passion that your team and you did something, she was right in the middle of the pack. And honestly, everybody who plays high school athletics, you all play for that feeling. I know that you all play because of what you love, but that feeling of achieving something that you think you couldn't achieve, it's amazing. I've got to know her a little bit this year at games and the tourney and stuff. She's a wonderful young lady. If I can stop calling her Ava, everything will be fine. But somehow I think that nickname may stick. She's just an amazing person, an amazing athlete. For her to overcome what she did and how she did it is something special. So without that, with that, I'd like to introduce, ladies and gentlemen, one of the best student athletes, by the way, a 4.0 on a regular scale, congratulations on that, in South Jersey, and one of the best human beings I've ever had a chance to meet. It is with my utmost honor to present this year's SJIBT Scholar South Jersey Athlete Award from Willingstown High School, Ava Eberle.
Hi everyone. I feel so honored to be standing in front of you all tonight. It means a lot to be recognized as a student athlete of South Jersey. I am proud to receive this award and would like to thank the SJIBT committee for choosing me out of so many amazing fellow athletes. I would also like to thank Mr. Hallahan for his endless time and work that he puts in during the season. Lastly, I would like to thank my coaches, teammates, and family, especially my parents, for helping me become the player and person that I am today. Have a good night.
Now I'd like to introduce to you someone that's a stranger to South Jersey. However, she does spend a lot of time in Florida when she helps the organization select and get names and nominees for College Player of the Year. I'd like to introduce, she herself was the first female inducted into the South Jersey Hall of Fame, very first. She is a member of the Camden County Hall of Fame. I'm sure you are a member of Westchester Hall of Fame. Okay. She has put on extra walls onto her home. She is also the very successful retired coach of Westchester University. She will introduce our College Player of the Year, Deirdre King.
Once a year, they whip out the old ladies just to remind us they did us a favor one time. But seriously, I would not have had a career in basketball if it wasn't for the Carino Basketball Club and these women that started it. And believe it or not, this relic refereed when I was playing in high school. I'm actually not introducing the College Player of the Year. I get to introduce to you the women's coach at Rowan University. His name's Demetrius Poles. And wow, talk about a basketball pedigree. In high school, Demetrius was the South Jersey Player of the Year and the Group 2 state champion at Delsey High School. His freshman year, he went to St. Joe's in Philly, makes the all A-10 Atlantic 10 rookie team. Then he transfers home to Rowan and leads them to the 1996 National Championship. Next, he heads to Europe and has a playing career that spans 7 years in 10 countries. And he also began his coaching career overseas. He coached in Italy and Sweden for 10 years and was the Eurobasket.com Coach of the Year in 2013. Do you want to hear the most impressive thing, I think? Is in 2014, he came home and finished his degree at Rowan. Says a lot about Demetrius. During this time, he coached on the men's side, but that sharp cookie, Gabby Lasella, moved him over to the women's side in 2016. He was Gabby's assistant and named interim upon her retirement in 2019. And just like that, Rowan women win the NJAC championship, and Coach Poles is named the NJC and D3Hoops.com Regional Coach of the Year. Safe to say, Coach Poles is interim no more. Women's basketball has surely benefited from him joining our ranks. With sincere gratitude and congratulations, I present to you Coach Demetrius Poles, who will in turn introduce you to his player, who is this year's College Player of the Year.
Thank you so much. That was beautiful. I want to say congratulations to everybody here. You guys well-deserved honor. The parents as well. I know how it is as a parent with your child playing and following them all around these years and trying to make them successful and help them be successful. In terms of Grace Marshall, it all started with a tap on the shoulder while I was sitting at Pine Bell Arena recruiting. Coach Mulligan tapped me on the shoulder and said, I got a good player for you, and he wanted me to come see you. Now, I had heard of Grace Marshall through the paper, but I hadn't seen her play, and when I first went to go see her play, you can tell exemplary skill level, high skill level, ball handling, shooting, But they didn't play with a shot clock. Now, as you just heard, I was used to coaching in Europe. And in Europe, they have a shot clock with kids. You do 24-second shot clock, and the game goes up and down. Coach Mulligan and Grace, they like to hold the ball on one side of the court. So I watched about 3 minutes and I left. I saw all I needed to see, and that was it. I knew she was exceptional, she could play, but we definitely wanted her at Rowan. But just a great kid. Now it culminated now after 4 years of college, or 5 years, including the COVID year, with Grace ended up as a 2-time NJAC champion. You couldn't say nothing more about Grace's character, her will. She was in the gym every day, the first player in the gym, last player in the league, total gym rat. Extremely nice human being. A little bit too nice. Some games I want to put some hot sauce in the water bottle. Just feel a little bit mean. But she, all in all, throughout her time at Rome, she was the most exceptional player in the NJAC. Once again, highly skilled, and she was a great teammate, which was one of the best attributes that she has. Being a good teammate spread through the whole team, and that's why we ended up being 2-time NJAC winners. She was a very unselfish player, very unselfish human being, and she wanted everybody, all her teams included in everything. I want to thank Mom. I want to thank Uncle. Thank you for trusting us with your girl. We had a wonderful time with her. She's honorable mention 2 times, I believe, and second team all conference NJAC. She deserved a little bit more, but she's always will be go down as a winner at Rowan and in the NJAC. She's just a legend. And I want to introduce you guys, Grace Marshall.
Thank you, Coach Bowles. Hi, everyone. Congratulations to all the players on their great seasons and their awards and honors. Coach Bowles called me about a week ago to tell me about this award. I was very surprised. I remember sitting where you were when I was in high school, listening to the College Player of the Year, and I wondered if I could ever be her or if I could even play one day in college. Thankfully, I had a lot of people and experiences growing up that taught me if I work hard, I have the heart, and I believe in myself that I can do anything and I can accomplish playing at the collegiate level. I committed to play at Rowan, and I had no idea what to expect going into it. But 5 years later, it's one of the best things that's ever happened to me. I found a family within the Rowan basketball team and the Rowan athletics program and department. Many of the people there, they made me feel like I was at home every single time I walked on the campus or walked into the gym. That was like my second home. And my teammates and my coaches, they're family to me forever. And a lot of what we did throughout the season, it wasn't just the wins and it wasn't just all basketball, it was always just feeling like a family. I'd like to thank Haddon Township. I don't think anybody from Haddon Township could make it here tonight, but Haddon Township made me the player that I am today, and I was able to take what they taught me into college, and a lot of what I was able to accomplish in college was because of how they helped me grow. I'd also like to thank the Carino Girls Basketball Club of South Jersey. There's so much that you do for the girls who play. It's just something that makes playing here even more special. I'd like to thank my family, my mom, who's been to every game. She was even my first basketball coach in 2nd grade. My uncle, who never took it easy on me, always stole the ball from me, which made me, I never wanted anyone to steal the ball from me after that. my grandma and my grandpa, who have believed in me more than I believed in myself, and my dad, who played many games, of course, with me in the driveway because he didn't know anything about basketball. That's all he could do. I really do appreciate all of my coaches in AAU, all of my teammates, everybody who's been there supporting me. And lastly, I'd like to say to all the players, I think something that's special about playing in South Jersey is that we're a community without even realizing it sometimes. We've played in the same gyms, we've looked up to the same women who've come before us, we've had the same coaches, we've even, played in the same sweaty, hot gyms and summer league, worn the same camp t-shirts. Even though we may not know each other, we may not have even played on teams together, we share this special bond because we're South Jersey girls basketball. We inspired the younger girls who will be in our position, and we were inspired by amazing women who came before us. And I try to follow South Jersey basketball as much as I can the past 5 years when I moved on to college. And every single year, I'm proud of all the girls here who represent South Jersey so well. And no matter what, or no matter where I go or what I do, I will always believe in every single one of you. As you guys grow older, maybe play in college, and even those who are continuing their high school career, if you ever feel discouraged about anything, I'll always believe in you. Even if I don't know you personally, I'll always believe in you. Thank you.
Thank you, Grace. Some very nice words. Our next presenter is a person that's been with the club for quite some time, a long dedicated member. She is also a member of the South Jersey Basketball Hall of Fame, former coach at Gloucester High, and when she was at Gloucester Catholic, she was an outstanding basketball player. She's here to introduce the recipients of our Ronald Goldberg and Virginia B. Whitaker Awards.
Good afternoon, everyone, and congratulations to everyone on a wonderful season. The first recipient is for the Ronald Gold Award given in memory of Dr. Ronald Goldberg, who chose to treat female athletes equally long before others in the medical field chose to. This year's recipient has many outstanding attributes. She is a 3 varsity sport athlete and has been chosen captain for all 3 sports by her teammates. She is a member of the Leo Club, the Interact Club, her National Honor Society, the Buddy Club, and Women's Leadership Club. She has packed chemo snacks, care packages, and collected toys for the underprivileged. She has also been a volunteer coach in her community and a buddy for students with learning disabilities. She aspires to be a leader on and off the court and has learned through her own recovery the patience and determination to be the best. Her motto is slow and steady will win the race. This year's recipient will continue her academic career at Mercy College, pursuing a degree in exercise science to become either a physical or occupational therapist. We wish best wishes and congrats to Juliana Kalushi from Timber Creek High School.
I just want to say I'm so honored to receive this award tonight. This season did not go how I wanted it to go, but I'm just so honored for the Carino Club and all my coaches, teammates, and family for being there for me this year. Thank you.
The next scholarship is given in memory of Ginny Whitaker. Ginny was an outstanding career woman who was an advocate for female athletes promoting female sports at a time when it was not popular. She was an administrator for one of the largest school districts in South Jersey. This year's recipient has a weighted GPA of 5.8 and a regular GPA of 3.9 with 8 AP courses. Our career goal is finance and economics, which is one that Ginny would admire. As I said, Ginny was an administrator for the largest school district when it was unheard of for a female to have that position. This athlete has been a member of numerous clubs and community service, but one of her most outstanding achievements has been her coordination of Think Tank, which has raised over $25,000 for people suffering from cancer and united her way. Our teacher noted this student's ability to work collaboratively in the classroom and her strong interpersonal skills. This year's recipient is Caitlin King of Menifee High School.
I just want to thank my teammates, my coaches, and my family for everything. I'm truly honored to receive this award.
Thank you and congratulations, girls. Our next presenter is certainly no stranger to the South Jersey basketball. She is a fixture both on and off the court. She will be introducing tonight our South Jersey sectional champions and conference champions. We ask them when we introduce if you would stay up here. All right, and our presenter is Carol Van Loo.
Hello, everyone. From Burlington County School League, Freedom Division, BCIT, Medford Tech. From the Liberty Division, Cinnamon. From the Cape Atlantic League, American Division, Atlantic City High School, and from the National Division, Mainland High School. From the Colonial, Liberty Division, Woodbury High School, and from the Patriot Division, Gateway High School. From the Olympic Conference, the American Division, Cherokee High School, from the National Division, Paul VI High School, and from the Patriot Division, Shawnee High School. From the Tri-County Conference Classic Division, Gloucester Catholic High School, there was a tie between Gloucester Catholic and Wildwood High School. The Diamond Division, Woodstown High School. The Liberty Division, Timber Creek High School. The Royal Division, Clearview High School. And Williamstown High School. And the sectional champions, Group 1, Woodstown High School. Group 2, Middle Township High School. Group 3, Ocean City. And Group 4, Cherokee High School.
If any of the schools that have been receiving awards, if your coach isn't here, but some of the players are here, would you please come up after the banquet and get those, and you can take them back to your school? All right, our next presenter, as soon as I get my phone out, former coach of Clayton High School, who is always willing and ready to step up to help out in this club. So I'd like to introduce you now, Tracy Moore, who will be presenting the all group 1, 2, and 3. And I think what we'll do is have when all the ones come up, stay here, get your recognition, and then we'll introduce the 2s and the 3s. Okay?
Okay, for group 1, Alexis Davis, Macy McCracken from Wildwood, Angelina Zagone from Gateway, Megan Donaldson from Woodstown, and Sanaya Hill from Wildwood. And now all group 2, Riley Aarons from Delran, sorry. Jada Easton from Middle Township. Maddie Clark from Madden Race. Jada Jacobs from BCIT Medford Tech. Brooke Settlement. Settlements. From Cinnaminson, Bridget Dixon from Sterling, and Madison Caleb from Middle Township. Now group 3, MS Steigel from Clearview, Reese Downey from Absegami, Casey Bertones from Mainland, Anna Pelliccia from Clearview, Ava Mazur from Mainland, Hope Goodwin from Winslow Township, and Emma Peretti from Hamilton.
Congratulations, girls. All right, our next presenter, former basketball coach at Haddon Heights High School. She is the treasurer of our organization and extremely active in our organization. And she will be introducing the all group 4, and our non-cognitive group. Kathy Hunt.
Good evening and congratulations to everyone. Hopefully you paid all your money and I won't have to beg your AD to pay us, but you'll be good to go. All right, all group 4. Gabby Jacinto, Cherokee. Nia Scott, Shawnee. Avery Kessler, Shawnee. Quinieri Sherry Monte, Atlantic City. Caitlin King, Lenape. Olivia Hall, Williamstown. Nicole Miller, Shawnee. The all-group non-public, Hannah Hidalgo, Paul 6. Aaron Battle, Canton Catholic. Cassidy Thompson, Canton Catholic. Casey Mikulski, Wildwood Catholic. Molly Frith, Holy Cross Academy. Shariah Baines, Paul 6. And Carly Murphy, Wildwood Catholic.
Presenter, another individual who continues to contribute to this organization. He's a retired, very successful Clearview coach, and we knew we couldn't stay away. He is now assistant coach at Delsey High School. He will be introducing our All-South Jersey second team and All-South Jersey first team. Neil Press.
Thank you, Terry. And first, before I get to the important part, just wanted to say congratulations to all of the parents and other relatives here at the luncheon/dinner. For some of you, this might be the last one. And I just want you to know, as a former coach, how much I appreciated the involvement of the families, because I don't know how all of the coaches feel, but I know I couldn't have done it or been successful without the support that I got from the family. So I just want to say congratulations to all of the parents. And the little brothers and sisters that are out there, because I know you heard how good the food was, so that's why you wanted to come, but that's okay. It's a special joy for me to be able to do this because of the number of you that I coached against, and also at least one of you that I watched grow up and run up and down the bleachers at Clearview while I was coaching there. Wonderful to see how you turned out. All South Jersey second team, as voted by the coaches: Quiniera Cherry Monte from Atlantic City.
Anna Pilecchio from Clearview. Casey Bertones from Mainland. Maddie Clark from Haddon Heights. Reese Downey from Absegami. Jada Elston from Middle Township. And Riley Aarons from Del Ram. All South Jersey, second team, play out Carino Club. Also, if you look off to my left, your right, there's an amazingly cool backdrop that is very suitable for photo opportunities. Not me for all of you. As voted by the coaches, all South Jersey first team, Avery Kessler, Shawnee. Emma Steidel, Clearview. Alexis Davis, Woodbury. Cassidy Thompson, Camden Catholic. This is the one I watched grow up, so I'm very proud. Aaron Battle, Camden Catholic. Nia Scott, Shawnee. Gabby Racinto, Cherokee. And Hannah Hidalgo, Paul 6. All South Jersey, first team.
Girls, get closer together. This way.
Our next award is for Player of the Year, and I'd like to introduce the coach of our Player of the Year to tell us some things about this young lady. There's a lot of things to say, but we'll have the coach tell. So at this time, I'd like to introduce Coach Hidalgo from Paul VI High School to introduce Hannah Hidalgo.
Good evening. Last year I had the privilege and honor to present my daughter with Player of the Year. As a father and coach, I have so much that I can say about her. But this time I thought it was appropriate to have my assistant coach, Coach Jeff Slonis, introduce her. Somebody that's not affiliated with her, but has been around her, has seen her, how she plays, how she practices, how she present herself every time on and off the court. So at this time, I'd like to have Coach Jeff come up here and introduce her.
Hello, everyone. Again, congratulations to all of the honorees today. It was a pleasure watching you all play and compete this year. And it is my honor to be asked to present the Al Carino Player of the Year Award. I was lucky enough to join the Paul VI coaching staff as an assistant 2 years ago. Prior to that, I was away from coaching for the previous 3 years. With COVID restrictions coupled with family obligations, I was really away from the game. In fact, I didn't even know who Hannah was. Hard to believe, but I didn't. I wanted the Paul VI job because I wanted to get back into coaching. Paul VI is 7 minutes from my house on a good day, and I'm a proud Paul VI alumnus. I saw Hannah for the first time at a fall workout prior to her junior season with many college coaches present. My emotions went from hope to surprise to excitement in the span of 5 minutes watching her on the court. I'm not going to stand here and tell you how great Hannah is at playing basketball. If you coached or competed against her, saw her live or on film, that is pretty clearly evident. What I can say is that while God has gifted Hannah with talent and ability, her determination to win and preparation to be great is what is so impressive. Her hours of skill work after games and practices holds you as a coach accountable and challenge you to be at your best for her. I'm often on the court as part of the scout team competing against Hannah in practice. While I'm going to miss her competitiveness and in your face, Coach Jeff, and other sordid trash talk phrases in those scrimmages, I am not going to miss switching on to her in one-on-one situations, praying she doesn't make me look foolish trying to guard her, which she's done many times. In fact, I don't think too many people in this room are going to miss you, Hannah. And that is an ultimate compliment. I can speak for the other Paul VI coaches and your teammates in saying, you will be missed by us. I am personally excited to see you play at Notre Dame. You're going to have wonderful experiences and successes. They're all in store for you. I know you will represent Paul VI and the South Jersey basketball community very well. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2023 Al Carino Player of the Year, Hannah Hidalgo.
I want to start off by saying I never talk trash. That's not what I do. I'm not the type of player. Only the coach Jeff, that's it. But first and foremost, I want to thank my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Words can't even describe how grateful I am for how he's blessed me, especially over these past 4 years. I want to thank the Al Carino Girls Basketball Committee for recognizing my talents and for blessing me with this prestigious award. I want to thank my parents and all of my coaches and all of those who have helped me get to where I am today. Growing up, coming in as a freshman, I was unknown, I was unranked, I wasn't recruited, and I had no accolades. So, who would have thought that I would be here today, sitting in front of you all, receiving this award? As I stand here today, I know not only represent myself and my school, but also all the girls basketball in South Jersey. I know every player in here has truly put in countless hours and their blood, sweat, and tears into the game of basketball. To me, basketball is not just a sport, but it's also about building relationships and keeping those relationships along the way. I have met some of my closest friends playing basketball. I have met former PBI alumni that also attended Notre Dame. I've traveled all over the world representing my country on the USA team, and soon I'll be traveling to Houston representing all of South Jersey in the McDonald's All-American Games. It has truly been the best 4 years of my life here in South Jersey playing at PBI. And as I say my farewells, I want to wish the best of luck to every school, every team next year, but especially to the teams that I competed against over these past 4 years. I hope you guys don't miss me too much, and, thank you.
Great job, Hannah. I actually threatened to steal her phone, but she had it memorized. Our next presenter is a gentleman who will be presenting the Bob Kenny Memorial Cup, and it's his son, Ed Kenny. Now, you need to know, because this is before a lot of your time, that Bob Kenny is kind of the reason why we're here, okay? He promoted girls. He did absolutely promoted girls basketball. He was a Career Post sports writer, and he absolutely made that you, got all the coverage that the boys got. It was equal opportunity all the time with Bob Kenny. He promoted female athletes. He was a pioneer for the coverage of the games, and quite frankly, he's the reason why we're here. He was a mentor and a friend. And his son is here this evening, Ed Kenny, to present us, who honestly is his father, with his same interest in promoting the youth in athletics. So we are very happy to have Ed here to present the Bob Kenny Memorial Cup. And I think he's got a little company with him, and he can introduce them.
Hi everybody, I'm Ed Kenny and I'm Bob Kenny's son, and it's just an introduction I still use, to this day. So thank you for letting me be here. I look forward to the email from Terry every year, and I usually respond by saying thank you for remembering my dad. So thank you for remembering his efforts. This club was a big part of his life. It was a labor of his love, and I just want to stress for everyone in the room that it's a labor of love for several people who are behind the scenes. So give a thank you, a pat on the back, or a handshake or a hug to someone who's responsible for putting this together, because this is awesome and it's amazing, and I look forward to coming back every year. I brought two of my guys with me today, Andrew, my 12-year-old, and Matthew, my 10-year-old. That's sort of their goal, at some point they'll be carrying on the legacy of my dad, which I try to carry on now. Although retired as a high school basketball coach and official, I'm in awe of the community of basketball in South Jersey. When I walk in the South Jersey Invitational Basketball Tournament and I see 10 or 12 familiar faces, and it's just enjoyable. I almost couldn't watch the game this year because I was talking to someone the whole time, but that's fine. At my son's CYO All-Star game yesterday, one of the officials of the game was Coach Tommy Mulligan. So I think it's cool that we just see each other all over the place, and it's very enjoyable. It's something special that we have here. I'll be really quick. The point that I usually say up here is service. I think the service is underrated. I tell my seniors, I just got back from the senior trip yesterday morning, and I talked to them on the bus and on the plane about not just being consumers, but being producers in society. Do things for others. It's enjoyable, it's rewardable. We have a Bob Kenny Scholarship that in a couple of weeks we'll be announcing this year's winners. We're going over 100 winners now at this point. We've given out just under $65,000. So if you know someone who's deserving of a Bob Kenny Scholarship, find me, hit me up on Facebook, find me somehow at bobkennyscholarship@yahoo.com. We received about 55 nominations this year. We'll try to give out another 15 or 20 awards this year at a ceremony on Father's Day at Bob Kenny Field in Riverside. I think that's pretty much all I really wanted to say. The only thing I would say is in terms of service, when I asked my dad before he passed why he did so many things, it was a really simple quote, and I usually end it every year. If you have the ability to make a difference, it is your obligation to try. That's my mantra. That's what we try to do, right? Okay? And it gives me great pleasure to, in addition to congratulating everybody else here, but for the second year in a row, award the Bob Kenny Cup to Coach Hidalgo and the Paul VI high school basketball team.
Well, this is an honor and a privilege. Was not expecting this. It's really awesome I got into basketball not because I was looking for awards or accolades. Just love coaching and love teaching and helping student athletes be the best that they can be. So to receive an award is just it's good to see that you get acknowledged for just putting in hard work. And, it's a labor of love for us. First of all, none of this is possible without my coaches. We're always putting countless hours trying to help our student athletes be the best that they can be. Ms. Camardo also, who's always been supportive of the team, always being there, even though she's retired. She's somebody we could always call. So, this goes to all those people who are involved in PBI, helping us be the best that we can be. So, thank you for this award. Appreciate it.
next presenter for what we consider the club to be one of our most prestigious awards is again Ann Peak, and she will present the Teresa McGlade Award Scholarship.
The Teresa McGlade Award is given by her family. Mrs. McGlade was the mother of 10 children that all grew up in South Jersey. 4 of her daughters were all South Jersey athletes and members of the Basketball Hall of Fame. 3 went on to be collegiate coaches. But most of all, they all did service and charity. So they give this scholarship in memory of their mom, who was a true humanitarian, but she loved the great game of basketball. This year's recipient is described by her teachers as someone who is kind to all. Another teacher says she demonstrates outstanding leadership, evident by her designation as captain and her outstanding community service. Her GPA is 5.7. She has participated in 3 varsity sports for 4 years. She is a member of the National Honor Society, Key Club, Leo Club, Peer Mediation, and many others. She also has a part-time job and is active in her parish and community. She hopes to become an architect, and in the future she plans to return to South Jersey and revitalize her community. She intends to attend Yale University, and the basketball club wishes her lots of success. This year's honoree is Emma Peretti from Hamilton High School.
I'm very old school, I know paper. First and foremost, I'd like to thank Al Carino and the McGlade family for selecting me for the scholarship. I am honored and I appreciate their generosity that will help support me with my future endeavors. In the fall, I will be attending Yale University, where I will be looking to major in architecture, and I will also be participating as a member on the track and field team. After college, I'd like to establish my own residential architecture company, where I will prioritize my work in the South Jersey area. As a South Jersey native myself, I understand the inner dynamics of the community, as well as the impact its infrastructure has on the overall well-being of the area. For this reason, I'd like to revitalize homes in an effort to create a clean and safer community for all of us. I would like to thank my parents, my coaches, my teammates, and my whole family for their constant love and support. And it is with the support from my family and with the scholarship that I feel I could really make a difference in this community. Thank you.
I love the way you can tell who played basketball, who refereed, who did. Just watch us go down these steps. Okay, you can pick us out in a crowd. All right, I would be remiss, and even the people that talked about the peepers, thank you. If I have to put these on for that, but I'd have to do really a pair of glasses to see my telephone to read from. All right, I would be remiss if I did not recognize the outstanding individuals who volunteer and give countless hours to this organization for the sole purpose of bringing recognition to you, the young athletes. This is for no personal gain, and the sole purpose is for the recognition for female players. This banquet doesn't just happen. The game doesn't just happen. It takes a lot of work. So I would like to take a moment. They're gonna get annoyed if I tell them to stand, but they are at the back table. You saw them up there collecting tickets. Christy's hiding behind the table here because she thinks she's tall. That's not true. So I'd like we're a team. We work well together. We work hard together. So for them, I'd like to thank them very much, and I wish you would thank them as well. All right, we're drawing to a close of the 2022-23. I did want to say one thing. One of our officials is back there, and I'm going to make her stand because they're used to being in the spotlight. Okay, Ashley volunteered her time. All of the officials that worked both the 8th grade game and the senior game did it for a teacher. autograph for a t-shirt. So actually, I can't thank you enough, and the others that worked with you. All right? All right, we usually have the previous coach, this is the big award, and then we do the 50-50. But we usually have the previous coach of the year make the presentation to the coach of the following year. However, she was unable to attend today. So we have asked Neil Bress to again come up and say some things and introduce the 2022-23 Coach of the Year. And I remind you, we didn't pick the Coach of the Year. You picked the Coach of the Year, and that makes it an even bigger honor, okay? Because it is done by their peers.
Because as if you can get me to not be on the microphone. I'm really, just to take one real quick second, this is so cool for me because I know something Mike Callahan does not know. And I've known it for more than an hour and 45 minutes, and it's making him crazy. I also want to amend something that Terry said. I did spend the last 6 years at Delsey, and as of our loss to Absegami, will be my last game as a coach here in South Jersey. And my wife said to tell all of you, no, I am not interested in continuing. I've just had a great ride, and most of it is due to all of you people, and I very much appreciate it. The second reason this is very cool for me is because I get to introduce a friend. And I get to introduce a friend who I have family connections with because his dad and I went to Temple together, and back in 19... And his team had a 28-5 overall record this season. We're the Burlco Liberty champions with an 11-1 record. I don't know a lot of the stats because, as I said, I've only known this for an hour and 45 minutes. But I do know that he earned his 200th win earlier this season. And when I said goodbye on Facebook, I said, or I challenged the coaches that I'm leaving behind to make today better than, or make the game better today than it was yesterday, and make it better tomorrow than it was today. And I am confident that this gentleman and young man will do that. 22-23 Coach of the Year. It's my pleasure to introduce Brett Jenkins from St. Vincent.
As everybody knows, Neil is about as classy as a guy as you're going to get, and I know South Jersey's really going to miss him as a coach. You're the man, buddy, and we're all going to miss you. I have absolutely nothing planned to say, because as I look around the room and I look at all the amazing coaches here and all the great accomplishments these teams had, I'm thinking there's 0% chance that I have to worry about going up there and giving this speech on behalf of our program and our staff. But it is such a nice honor that our peers voted our staff for this, and that part of it really means a lot. I know this award comes off as almost like an individual award, but obviously the only reason I'm standing here is because of our girls and the success they had this year. We only have 4 with us today and a bunch back at home, but if it wasn't for them and everything they did this season, there's absolutely no reason that I'd be standing up here. So first I want to thank the girls that are here and then the other girls. Next, I want to make sure I thank, I have amazing assistants, 4 great ones. First, my dad, who drives the bus for us and then sits on the bench, you know. As the girls know, I'm an emotional guy. That's why I act like a lunatic on the sideline. You know, when you're in the middle of coaching, you're in this process, you don't realize how important it is. And I spent some time with Ed before a game at West Texas. He teaches over there, and he told me how cool it is that you have your dad on the bench. And I'm like, it is, but then like when you start to think about it, you're like, wow, you know, that's special. Coach Brandon Bond, who's our head girls soccer coach, so it's great to have another varsity head coach there to support us. Coach Still, as everyone knows, as Greg, when you think of Cincinnati basketball, I know you think of Greg, no matter where we are, whether it's a summer league game, whether we're sitting at Eastern in the SJIT or anywhere just scouting the game, Greg's always right there next with me. He's been with me 11 years. He was a junior in high school when we started this, and now he's one of my best friends. So there's no way our program would be where it's at if it wasn't for him. And lastly, Coach Rob Hummel. Rob won this award twice with Lenape. He had to stop coaching to spend more time with his family. We got so lucky to have him on staff the last 2 seasons. And it's no real big surprise. Rob joins the staff and our staff wins this award. The guy's an absolute legend. Won it twice. Not sure if that's even happened before. And he's a huge part of this. I'm gonna end with this. 11 years ago, this job opened up. I was an assistant with the boys. And I went home and I said to my wife, I think I might go for the head girls job. And she looked at me and said, you shouldn't. And I said, why? And she said, you don't respect women's sports. Now, I did just to give you a little background, my wife is an All-American hockey player and a national champion and a very big advocate for women's sports. So I did what every husband does, and I applied for the job and didn't listen to her. And she ain't gonna tell me I am not applying for this job. But in all seriousness, I didn't really know what she meant at the time. And then I started coaching the girls and loved it so much. And it was such an amazing game. And as I think back, it wasn't that I didn't respect the girls, the game, it's I didn't know it. And I think we all have a responsibility in this room to continue to try and grow this game and give these girls the same recognition and everything that the boys get. When I started coaching, I can't tell you how many times people come up to me, female staff members that say, I can't believe you coach girls basketball. I'm like, what? I don't know how you do it. And I said, well, come to a game. Come to a game and you'll see how I do it. First of all, I don't coach girls basketball. I don't treat them like they're girls. I coach basketball. And if you come to our game, and we demand a lot from them, from our staff. And not only do they meet that, but they exceed that. Our boys at our school wouldn't be able to handle me. They wouldn't. Our girls, you got it, coach. Anything you want, coach. But I didn't know that before I started coaching. It wasn't that I didn't respect it, it's I didn't know it. And we have a lot of people that are helping to grow this game, whether it's the media, the Al Carino Club does a great job. I know Mike and SJIT does an amazing job, but we're losing media people. There's not a lot of Bob Kennys out there anymore. I know we have some parents, Mike Racinto is really special in helping to grow the game. He did an amazing job, especially during COVID. But I think we all have a challenge. It's definitely growing. I definitely get that question a lot less than I used to get. I don't know how you coach girls basketball. And in the last couple of years, we started seeing people, luckily we won some games, so seeing people come to the games. And when they come to the games, they come back. And why do they come back? It's because it's such an amazing game. And these girls play with so much passion. I was told like 4 times this year, I never realized the girls' game was so physical. So yeah, it's always been physical. We just need you to come to see it. And now you know. So I think we all have a responsibility because every girl in this room, every little girl at home who wishes to be in this room and can't wait to be in this room deserves the same attention, respect that the boys get. And I think we all need to make sure we do everything we can until we achieve that goal. Thank you and have a good night.
Thank you, Greg. Some wonderful words to think about. I think this week was National Women's Day too, so remember to take that with you girls, all those words that we just heard. Also, Neil, I hope Kathy didn't say to say no here.
No, she just said I'm not allowed to coach anymore.
Okay, all right, just making sure. All right, Thank you again for coming this evening. We're going to do our 50-50, but before that, we do that again. Would we please acknowledge and applaud for the young ladies, for the coaches, for all those who are recognized. All right, we have 4 prizes. We don't, so we're going to pull 4 tickets. Okay. All right, our first ticket. Oh, wait a minute. All right. 814209. 814209. All right. I'll hold that and call. Oh, there we go. Okay. All right, our second prize is 814017. 814017. Our third prize is 813768. 813768. We have one more. Our last one is 874414. 874. Again, thank you. Congratulations to all the honorees tonight. Safe ride home. We'll see you next year.